Which came first, the egg or the chicken? In order to answer this question, humanity has been suffering for more than 100 years. We will try to solve the mystery and present it to our fans. At the very beginning, there should have been formed a planet for about 5 trillion years ago. It is believed that it arose as a result of the assimilation of all the chemical elements which were collected and formed a large ball under the influence of the gravitation. This planet was not like the planet that we are on now. It was a burning object that let in smoke and steam. It was 3 trillion years before it was comparatively frozen. At that time, the water vapor, which was constantly disappearing because of the heat, turned into an eternal rain that mercilessly covered the ancient lands. Thunderstorms were the constant companions of our planet. The water was flowing into the puddles that gradually turned into an ocean, which later turned into the Tethys, separating the ancient continents, Gondwana and Laurasia. A lot of water leaked away both literally and figuratively, before the first ray of the sun fell on the earth tormented by rain. How did life arise on the dead crust of our planet? Orthodox science believes that methane, water, ammonia and hydrogen, collected in the ancient layers of the ocean, began to turn into organic substances. Gradually there was formed a so-called fissure broth. You would ask what impulse led to this remarkable transformation. Aggressive ultraviolet, extremely high temperature and the energy of many thunders. This is confirmed by Aperin and his followers. Under these conditions, the simplest substances have undergone specific metamorphosis and became amino acids, cyclotides, nitrogen formations and polypeptides. These were the components of the first broth. The living organisms were slowly formed from this. Prokaryotes are anaerobic creatures that do not even have a nucleus, forerunners of current bacteria. The trouble is that no matter how hard the scientists tried to create the conditions for the transformation of the inorganic into a living cell, no one has succeeded yet. There are several other less popular theories. These are panspermia, self-generation, and stationary hypotheses. The essence of panspermia indicated by its author Hermann Richter is the assumption that life was brought from space. In the middle of the 19th century this opinion was supported by the Swedish physicists Svend and August. The theory is based on the fact that many bacteria, microorganisms are extremely susceptible to radiation or ultraviolet vacuum conditions and extremely low temperatures. Thus a group of scientists found it possible that life on the ancient Earth was brought during one of the meteoritic. There is a branch from Maine called the theory of guided panspermia, meaning that some highly developed civilization being on the edge of death intentionally settled the Earth for colonizing it later. The supporters of this hypothesis bring two main arguments: the universality of DNA and the presence of molybdenum in enzymatic function. The latest is extremely rare in the solar system, and concerning to the code, everyone knows that certainly there is variation of the deviation from the basic formula of DNA, but the difference between them is minimal. But the system of panspermia has not been proved, so we can only guess. As for the stationary theory, everything is simple. There has always been life. The variety of species of this theory explain the same, they always existed. Acting within the framework of the theory, existing species can only be in two ways: either die or change the number of the population. Such views are held by the followers of Buddhism and Hinduism. However, none of the hypotheses does not explain the appearance of life initially, where it came from, how did the planets and stars and finally galactic clusters and the vast universe emerge. Maybe we are indefinite matrices where we create reality ourselves. While the answers to these and other questions are not found, awake your imagination and the truth will born in cognition.